Assalamu alaikum, namaste, shalom and good day. You are listening to Awaaz Community Radio. And my guest for the radio today will be one of our volunteers, Esther. Now, if you'd like to get in touch with us, check out our website. That's www.awaazcommunityradio.com. Give us a call on 0161 839 9817. You can tweet us at Awaaz Radio 122 or follow us and like us on Facebook. That's just typing in Awaaz Community Radio. Thank you for listening to Awaaz Community Radio. Your host for today is Saira, and my special guest for today is Esther. Hi, Esther.
Hi, Saira.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for asking me to come in today.
And I think it's great having you on the other end of the table this time. So I'm presenting and you'll be my guest. Now, I think this is going to be a really interesting show because you're going to be talking a bit more about your personal life experiences.
Yes, that is correct.
Now, some of our listeners might not know that Esther is actually partially sighted, and that will be the topic for discussion today. So can you tell our listeners, Esther, how you lost your eyesight?
So, I did not lose my eyesight. I was born with a genetic disorder called retinitis pigmentosa. Retinitis pigmentosa was found by 4 people, 2 guys in 1866 and 2 other guys in 1920. The 2 guys who found it in 1866 was called Lawrence and Moon, and the 2 guys that founded it in 1920 were called Burdett and Beetle, and they founded this syndrome. The retinitis pigmentosa is obviously one of many visually impaired diseases, and there are 1 in 250,000 people in the world who have it. Unfortunately, in Canada, there are known to be 3,000 people who have it. These numbers might be a small scale of syndrome, but when having it, obviously, the chances are very slim. But unfortunately, when I have had it, obviously, my life has changed forever.
And what would you say are the biggest challenges you face as a result of your disability?
The biggest challenge I face with the disability today is that people are ignorant and people do not know how to treat you. The thing is, they can be either patronising or not useful. I was in Tesco's last week when I asked a cashier if they could help me find a packet of tissues. She turned around. I said, I'm visually impaired. She said, how do you manage to come shopping? How do you manage on your own? To me, that was a bit of disgraceful information because I want to try and be independent as can be, and I find it very challenging when people do not allow me to be independent.
And what would you say is the most common misconception people have about your disability?
So the misconception thing is that sometimes people do not know I'm visually impaired, and sometimes they expect me to do things which unfortunately my eyes will not allow me to do. Sometimes my eyes may get lazy at times. Sometimes I cannot read small print, and people might expect me to do things. Obviously, as much as I want to, and as much as I am independent and a capable young person living in this community, and there are so much technology out there, the problem is that the eyes can't do everything that I would love them to do. And the hardest thing is, my dream was at the age of 16 to have my own blue Mercedes. Obviously, if the robotic cars come out next year, it would be my dream to have one.
We'll be one of the first in the queue to go for these self-driving cars.
Indeed, I will be.
Now, what kind of advice can you offer others who are partially sighted, either with your condition or other conditions?
So the advice I can recommend to others who are partially sighted with either my condition or any of the other 21 conditions out there is to be positive, be brave, be independent if you can, and if not, try and ask for help, but only ask when you feel like you need it. Try and manage to do things by yourself, because the lack of independence will just make the matter go worse, because at the end of the day, I know I'm partially sighted, but it's all what the mind conception is all about, and it's all the positive attitude to have behind it. I'm not saying it is not hard. I'm not saying I am not faced with challenges, and every day I wake up with a challenge. But you know what? I thank God. All it is that my eyesight, yes, it's a bit less. I cannot do things that people can do, but thank God there are so many things I can do. I can walk, I can talk, I can eat, I can sleep, I can drink, I can be happy. I thank God have legs and hands that work. I have a brain that works, and all it is that my sight doesn't work. I can thank God that everything else, and I'm capable to do what I can do.
And I hope you don't mind me sharing this with listeners, Esther, but I just think that you really are inspiring, and you really do inspire me, and you help, I think, pull me up as well a little bit when I'm moaning or having a little moan to myself, and when I see you just getting on with things and doing things for yourself. And I think you're just a great example to not just those who are partially sighted, but I think you're just a really good example to people in the whole community.
Can I just end up by saying also there is a lot more technology out there that can help me. For example, I'm studying broadcasting and I had to use cameras and Premiere Pro programs. There's so much out there that help me with the Premiere Pro. There are the Zoom buttons. In both Mac and PCs, the computer systems are out there to be able to help us. And all the technology on the phones, the iPhone does have, my Eyes app, and they do have all these amazing apps that can help. You can have zoom out, zoom in, tap TC, I think one of them is called. I personally find it easy just to have everything in normal font, but I know that other people, if you are listening, there are those apps out there, and there are those technology buttons and options out there to help you try and get along in life and try to be motivated. So it's thanks to all those technology techniques who have made my life a bit easier.
That's great, thank you. And how about organisations that you feel could help the partially sighted?
There's Galloway's, there's Henshaw's, and there's RNIB. I am not so much in contact with these organisations because I believe, I am quite capable of getting on my own investigations and trying to do what I can. But when I have been on the Three Sisters track day and I have had connections with Henshaw's and RNIB, I can say they are amazing. There is also another one out there, because Saira, as you know, I am Jewish, so we have Jewish Heritage for the Blind, and they provide big print. There's one company based in America and one based in London.
That's great, thank you.
Thank you, Saira.
You've been listening to Awaaz Community Radio with your host, Saira. Now, if you would like more information about the topic we just discussed or any other, please get in touch with us. You can email us on awaazcommunityradio@gmail.com. Give us a call on 0161 839 9817. Harness the power of social media. We're on Facebook. Just type in Awaaz Community Radio or tweet us at Awaaz Radio 122. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.